Hi parents, I wanted to come on today to share with you um, an event that we're going to be having tomorrow. It's going to be a live Facebook Live event where we want to bring to you this unfortunately very tragic story. A father, an alienated father, lost his children this week to the mother who brutally killed the three children. The mother killed the three children and then went on a hunt to look for him and very likely trying to kill him. And on that hunt, she even hijacked a car because she crashed her car and then hijacked a different car trying to find him. And luckily, he was not at home at the time, and the police got to her quick enough. So it is a very tragic story. Tomorrow, we're going to have him on and his cousin Terry. So Eric and Terry will be on live with us tomorrow. So I hope that you come and join us. We wanted to bring this story to you because we need to bring awareness. How many more children have to die for the system and for the society to recognize that this is a very serious problem? It's a tragic story and this shouldn't be the case. So I hope that you're going to join us. Um, we posted a little bit, like you can see it on our event page, and if you're not on our mailing list, please join our mailing list because we're going to send that out to our mailing list, the information. But it's it's a very tragic story. I talked to him, and it's just like a lot of other parental alienation situation where it's full of false allegation and the system fails so badly and parents are helpless. He tried to reach out to the authority and people, I mean, with warning signs that he tried to get help. He tried to file for ex parte to try to get his custody. He had to fight through the CPS and through the court system to try to to defend his innocence because the alienator was trying to blame him and try to take the children away from him with this false allegation of abuse. And then, when it became clear that he's innocent, she continued to file more false allegation against him, and then eventually she killed the children. It's horrible. Hi Cassandra, thank you for coming in. Hi Cynthia. Hi Sasha, Colorado. And IE, is that Inland Empire, Cassandra? I'm familiar with the Inland Empire. Um, Marlene said, it leads me to attempt to take my own life last year. See, this is really horrible because parental alienation, people don't realize it kills. It kills, it destroys lives. We got all sort of situation where alienators kill the alienated parents. We have the alienator kills the children. We have the parents take their own life. We have the children take their own lives. I mean, what does it take for the system to recognize this problem? It's ridiculous. Isaac, hi, thank you so much. Destiny says these knacks are extremely dangerous. Yes, they are extremely dangerous. And it's shocking how there are people that are supporting them. There's flying monkeys, and there's people that just simply naive, and the system just will not do anything. This case involves CPS, and even the CPS didn't even recognize the potential risks. The CPS actually, I believe, wrote in a report that said, I saw no potential risk, harm to the children, when the children with the alienators care, and it's horrible. Um, and then Amy said Annie Lampron in province of Quebec. Uh, wow. How long ago is that, Amy? Amy's talking about a case where the father killed three children. Um, and yeah, and in this case, hopefully it's going to be clear tomorrow that the mother is not the only alienator. There's another very key alienator that is pushing her agenda onto the case, and the mother sort of like have a co-partner in this whole thing. And obviously the system and the people around as well that didn't recognize the problem. Okay, Jeanette said, my mom is my daughter's guardian and I have been trying to terminate it. I have my 10-month-old daughter and 11 years old son, and my daughter I'm trying to get back is 5. Um, I'm sorry, Jeanette, because you have two children that are one very young and one older, and then the middle one you don't have. I mean, the fact that you have two children, that is an indicator that you are a capable mother. So I hope that you can actually get your child back. Um, Facebook banned you from sharing anymore. Isaac, I'm so sorry. You are, and that's the problem with this sort of platform, right? Social media and other places that sometimes information are being controlled and censored. I'm wondering if we're gonna have any problem tomorrow sharing this story. Obviously, the mother is now in custody, in custody, in police custody, and there's gonna be hearing a trial on her case. Um, I don't know how long it's gonna take before we even gonna hear about that case, because usually it takes them a long time to get a hearing date, sometimes years. And then I don't know what kind of excuse is gonna be put in place. And we shouldn't have to see the children get killed for people to see that the father is innocent. We should not. The system have to have solutions, and we need to have solutions so that children are protected well before this sort of things happen. I mean, it's ridiculous that we have to get to this place. um yeah, Cassandra said yes. And Isaac, thank you so much. I mean, I'm so grateful you've been so supportive. Every event, Isaac has been sharing our event to many places, all these different pages and different groups, and yeah, if you guys could share this, if you could also share the event tomorrow. There's an event, um, a link on the Facebook page, so you can share that so that other people can join. But yeah, I hope that we all come and show our support for Eric, because this is heartbreaking. Nobody should be losing their children like this. Jeanette said, I have found fit by state of Washington, and yet they have taken my daughter out of state. Yeah, that's the thing. The system is so broken. Um, Predrag said it does kill figuratively and literally. It does. And figuratively, it's huge. I mean, talking about all of us here, like the audience in this page, and then many other alienated parents out there, it really kills. I mean, your life is destroyed. Not even talking about fighting the false allegations, the constant, endless attack, just the fact that you're losing your children, that kills, and then when you get to a situation like this, it's horrible. Um, and then Jeanette said, my daughter almost drowned in the foster care. Wow, that's terrible. Cassandra said, we need to have our voices heard. We do. We really need to have our voices heard. And that brought me to this point, you guys. If any of you know of, any media outlet out there, podcasts that you listen to, blogs that you read, any newspaper or magazine that you could help us reach out. We want to speak. We want to bring awareness of this cause. We need to get help. We need more public awareness. There's such a lack of public awareness, and we need to be heard. So if you guys hear of any podcast or anybody out there that will be interested in interviewing us, please let us know, because we want to spread the word. And then Rosalind said, in Australia, yeah, lying accepted in the family court. Okay, Rosalind, yeah, unfortunately, it's not just in Australia. False allegations are taken pretty seriously by court, even when there's no evidence. So, for example, we just did an event, I think last week, where there's a study by Dr. Harmon and Dr. Lorandos that look at data from the 10 years parental alienation cases from the appellate court. And their study, the data show that the court will give weight to allegation even when it's false. So if there were allegation, the court will try to play it safe. So they will, even without proof or evidence, they will take the children and give it to the person that made the false allegation. And it's horrible, because now you have an abuser who abuse the system to take the children away, and the system failed to protect. And that's just not, it's horrible. And I mean, the right thing should have been is that it need to be proven, proven guilty. But here it's the other way around, like you're being seen as guilty without being proven. It's horrible. um Destiny said, if we are all get together and we can get the laws changed, enough is enough. Yes, we are working really hard to trying to push legislative reform. We need the law to change. So, for example, right now we try to push the law in Texas to try, and the bill is HB 2153 in Texas. And you probably have seen us. We've created a statement to the House Rep Victoria Neves. She's the chair of the Committee of Juvenile Justice and Family Issues. There's a bill right now that would recognize parental alienation as child abuse, but it's right now sitting on her desk and she's not giving us a hearing date. We need to have a hearing date so that we can testify, the victims can have a chance to speak up, we can have expert and professional to explain what it is, so that we can get this voted into a bill, at least in Texas, and we're going to try to fight this everywhere. But right now, it's entirely in her hand. She's not, and we have 39 organizations in Texas and around the world supporting this bill with us. We've created a statement. You guys could see it on our Facebook page, and we have hundreds of people, individuals that are supporting this bill with us. That we have a list, and we send it to all the House reps. We send it to all the legislative staff in the House. We're contacting the Senate, and the bill is sitting on the desk of this one House representative. We need this bill to be heard, and that's the problem. We need a lot, our voices. We need it to be heard. So really, we need to push a lot more public pressure. We need to have a lot more public awareness so that the lawmakers can hear the pain of the victims. Sean said in New Zealand, where they encourage perjury. So this is a problem. Like we just talked about how false allegation is false allegation are given weight in court, especially family court. And then when you find that when you finally prove that it's false allegation, and by the way, the study that I just mentioned, looking at 10 years of court data, from that list, that actually 25% of the cases involve false allegation that proven to be false allegation. Okay, so false allegation is actually really common in parental alienation and is proven with data, right? So once it's proven as false allegation, nobody does anything about the perjury. Nobody holding these people accountable. They can make up lies that could destroy lives, and yet nobody's holding them accountable. What is going on there, guys? What is going on? It's just outrageous. I'm outraged, and I just don't. Anyway, okay. Marlene said, when your God-given role as a mother is taken away from you, and wrongfully at that, there's nothing left to live for, and living with this pain is terrible, and it makes no sense why people say it's better to live like this. I think they are full of shit, and we are speaking without ever knowing this pain. There's no quality of life. Marlena, I understand, and I fully understand the pain, and I totally can relate to that. It's unfortunately, you have to be the hero to save your children, and this is the reason why we call our organization Victim to Hero, because you have to be the hero to rescue your children. And guess what? You cannot be the hero if you are not staying strong, if you are not powerful. You have to be, and you can be. You have enough of that strength. And in order to get your children back, you need to thrive. You need to be that amazing mother despite all the pain, so that your children can look up to you, so that you have enough strength to get your children back. And I know it's painful, but that's why we are here. We're trying to provide resources and information and support for you so that you can be the hero. Okay, Isaac said, my ex believes that believes has $100,000 insurance policy on me. Oh, wow, lovely. Only 100,000 policy. Oh, so she's waiting for you to die. Okay, we've been going through our divorce for 3 years now, and you can only imagine the amount of hardship and episodes I've experienced. Yeah, that's horrific. So your ex have a life insurance policy on you. I mean, what does that say about her intention and your risk I mean, that's horrible. I mean, isn't that obvious for everyone to see this? And 3 years of a custody battle. That's horrible. I've talked to parents that have gone to decades long, and I've talked to parents who children are now adults, and now they're still taking her back to court. It and trying to get so much money. It's yeah, it's sickening. Andrea's saying it's sickening. My ex has alienated me from my 14 years old daughter, who now refuses to talk to me or see me now. It's so sad. Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, the case that we're talking about, the with this case with Eric Denton, who just lost his 3 children, yeah, the same thing. Like the mother trying to alienate the children from him, and she would say like, "Oh, the children don't care about you," da da da, all these things. But really, the children loved him. I mean, it's horrible that they have to lose their lives to the mother. It's shocking. And yes, Destiny said Knox must win at all costs, even murder or suicide. Yeah, that's a problem. They have to win no matter what, and they will go at length at all costs to destroy you. This is not about protecting the children. This is not about they loving the children so much. No, not because they care about the children so much. It's they will create whatever excuses. They will do whatever they can to destroy you, no matter what cost, and it doesn't matter how wrong it is, no matter how evil it is. It's shocking. um and then Fredex said that, yeah, you're exactly right, there will be excuses as usual. Yes. um Thank you, Destiny, for sharing. And Sean, I saw Sean sharing, thank you so much. And yeah, Rosalind, yes. So Emmy said, CBS don't believe me or my son. I'm in the same situation as that father. My 9 years old. Whoa, Emmy. Emmy, could you please message us? I want to talk to you. Okay. So Emmy said CBS. Actually, her 9 years old got killed by the father. Oh my God. Yeah. So the system just doesn't listen, doesn't want to protect the victims. It's shocking. Marlene said, after I stopped fighting the knock, father started creating situations just to hurt me, like tell me I could see him, drive 21 hours for him to change his mind 1 mile before I get there. This is 4 times. I've seen him 1.5 hours in the last 1.5 years. The mind games took a toll, and going 21 hours there for no reason and back. Oh my God, driving 21 hours to see her child. And yet, you know, the alienators will let her do all that driving just to say no. By the time she got there by the time she almost got there to say no. It's horrible. Shannon said, broken-hearted literally hurts too. Parental grants have no care that a loving, huge family exists, hurts, cares, or anything. We fail my son needing a stranger to get my rights enforced. If she doesn't fall more in court, my child is robotic on calls. If I get to speak to him, praying for strength, wisdom, finances, and led to great counsel. Shannon, yes. So she mentioned something about her child is robotic. Now that's a very common response for alienated children, because the children have been pressured into rejecting you. So the children now doesn't know what to do, so the child has to reject you. So the fact that your child is robotic, that's a very, very common sign of this. Um, and Pregdax said that, yeah, she or he, I'm sorry, I don't know, is living through this, the figurative part, and it's very emotionally and in other ways exhausting and damaging. Yes, I totally relate to you. We talk to hundreds of parents, and we know this is a very serious problem. Melina said we need to have it so it can be enforced. It does no good if laws can't enforce the orders. Yeah, that's a problem. So there's multiple problems in the system, and one of it is that there's not enough law to recognize the problem. It needs to be recognized that this is child abuse, and then the other part of it is that the lack of enforcement. You have law in place in different aspects, and that there has to be enforcement. And when you don't have enforcement, you're gonna have this problem to spreading out, because people feel that they can do whatever they want. They can lie in court, they can kidnaps the children, and there's no ramifications at all for the abuser. It's not right. And totally, Destiny said this is a human rights issue. We must spread awareness and we must be heard. Yes, absolutely, Destiny. I totally agree with you. This is a human rights issue. Washington State, I see. Okay. Sean said in New Zealand it is illegal for the media to bring dispute towards the court. I don't understand. What do you mean by it's illegal for the media to bring dispute towards the court? Um, yeah, explain. I'm curious. Isaac said, my final court date for our divorce is on the 19th, so I'm preparing for it. It has been 11 months and they only live 10 minutes away, and I only see them by video phone. The 19th. So it's coming up next week, right? Isaac, we are rooting for you. We are rooting for you. So we really hope that you have a fair chance in court. You know, we have the support groups. So, you know, if you want to kind of talk to people, like, you know, if you go into the groups, it's called Parental Alienation Victims Support Group, I think it's called. If you're not already a member, you can join. But um, on Facebook, and I think there are people that can give you tips and hints to how to prepare for it. And I would say that you need to prepare for your case properly for the court. But another aspect that a lot of parents will overlook is the need to prepare your mindset, because you need to be prepared that when you go to court, you are going to be dragged through mud and it's gonna attack you. It's gonna get so emotional, and you have to be in control. So make sure you prepare for your case in terms of your documents, your evidence, and the structure of your case, and all that kind of things. But prepare for yourself, like be well. And also, if you are fighting parental alienation, we have a workbook on Amazon that just came out, and it's a very simple workbook, but it's help you structure and document your case. So check it out on Amazon. Um, Okay, I think I'm gonna go, but there's a lot more comments there. Thank you. I'm gonna try to check more with you guys, but I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Please join us and please share so that other people can hear about this event so that they can join it as well. I want us to all support Eric because he is just one of us and he lost too much. To lose three children this week, it's horrific. So please come and join us and okay, Marlena, are you asking about the book? The book is called Diagnosing Parental Alienation, the Five-Factor Model Workbook. I think that's what it's called. Or you can search for my name on Amazon, you might find it. But yeah, it's on Amazon. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. So check it out. And maybe I'll go into the comment and send you the link. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And I'm looking forward to see you guys tomorrow.